Hey peeps, welcome back. Sorry it cut off again, but my time has obviously done it again. I really should keep an eye on that thing. Anyway, since the priest has been so nice and offered to polish the chalice for us, we'll have a look around. First we'll have a look at this statue. Looks rather ominous.
The statue had any secrets. It was concealing them pretty well.
Really? Let's have a look at this.
I didn't recognize the biblical story in it. I was a Sunday school dropout. I didn't recognize the biblical story in it.
No.
I was a Sunday school dropout.
Well, that's just silly, isn't it, George? Anyway, let's see if we can put the lens in the scroll. No. Come on. We want to put the lens in the scroll.
A statue of a knight holding a staff and a scroll.
Right. Now let's try. Ah, there we go. Just all about the right combination, peeps.
The lens fitted into the end of the scroll like a hand into a glove.
Alright, let's have a look through it then, shall we?
Hey!
Aha!
A Knight Templar burning at the stake, and a date. Let me see. MCCCXIV. That's 1314.
Uh-huh. And if you remember Nico's story that she told us, the last Grand Master of the Templars, Jacques de Molay, was burnt at the stake in 1314. So that's who's in the window. And as I can see, the chalice looks pretty shiny now, so let's get it back off the priest.
Hello again, Father. Hey, thanks.
It is my pleasure, monsieur.
What was the writing on the chalice?
It was not writing, my mistake. It was a coat of arms. The remarkable thing is that it seems very familiar.
Yeah?
Oui, I think I have seen it on that wall tomb in the far corner. That winged horse is quite distinctive.
Really? Well, let's go check it out.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Oh, what a nice guy. He said the tomb in the far corner, so I think he means that one. Let's have a look.
Now that my attention had been drawn to it, there was no mistake. There was no name on it. But the coat of arms was undeniably the Pegasus of the de Vasconcelos family. I'd found the last resting place of Don Carlos. My eye was drawn to the biblical references carved into the edge of the tomb. Hey, maybe these biblical references mean something. Psalms 32:7, John 4:11, Corinthians 1:4-5, and just one more, Psalms 22:21. I may not be perfect, but I've got a memory like a steel trap. The chalice had led me to these inscriptions, but it looked like a happy coincidence to me. After all, the de Vasconcelos arms were already on the manuscript. Nope, I was still convinced that the chalice had some significance all of its own.
There's no such thing as coincidence, George. Right. Well, now that we've found that out, we need to go back to Andre, I think, and ask him all the questions that we didn't ask him before. Because we can go back to Spain, but I think there's something we need to do first. Excuse me, peeps, just gotta sneeze. Oh, dear me. Tickly nose. Right. Let me see. I think if I can just check, I think we can go back to Spain. Oh no, we can't, not yet. No, we do need to go to Andre first. that clears that up. That's fine. Just wanted to check there, peeps, because I was a bit confused. Right. We need to grill Andre now. She still hasn't sent the tripod back, even though she said she would.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie. Where have you been? Nicole said you were away.
I just returned from Syria.
Syria? On the trail of the Templars?
It's a long story, but I found the bull's head. It was referred to on the manuscript, remember?
Yes. What is it?
A secret cave built into a high cliff face. In the cave, I discovered a map bearing a phrase in Latin. In accidenta cita est in ora mundi.
The island of Britain.
There we go.
Lies at the edge of the world
I knew it.
to the west.
Strange. That map seems to contain a series of pointers.
Like I said, it's a treasure map.
Right, we need to ask him questions now, so we'll start with the statue.
While I was in Syria, I discovered a strange pagan statue. It was like a head with 3 bearded faces. Horrible.
That sounds as if it could be Baphomet, the idol described by the Templars.
The poor Knights of Christ had an idol that looked like that?
Allegedly. The description of the idol came from the evidence extracted by the Inquisition. Mind you, not one statue or idol was ever found on Templar property. Until now, that is. Just last month, a statue of Baphomet was unearthed right here in Paris.
Where?
At the Institut Hermétique de Nerval. The statue is beneath the foundations. It was discovered by some workmen while renovating the building.
Well, there we go. We've got what we need to know. Thanks very much, Andre.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Well, that was easy, peeps. I thought it was going to take a lot longer to middle it out of him. Right. We should have a new location on our map now, peeps. Let's see. There we are, Site de Baphomet. That's what we want. And here we are, with a rather nice looking guy sat out front. A greasy fat painter. Lovely. Alright. Right, now there's a few things we need to look at here. If we look at the thermostat here.
A thermostat was mounted over a radiator. The radiator was pumping out heat as the thermostat was cranked right over to full. No wonder it was warm in here, even with the door open to the chill of fall.
Right, now I think if we try to open this door, which is the toilet door, trying to get into another toilet.
There was a closed door with toilet scratched into the cheap veneer.
That door is locked, monsieur.
Well, he has the keys, so let's talk to him.
Hi? Excuse me?
Oui.
Right. We ask him for the keys.
Trying to get into a locked washroom. I had the strongest feeling of déjà vu. I'd
Yeah.
like to use the washroom, but the door's locked.
Oh, that's no problem. You can have the key.
Thanks.
Now, we'll ask him about the thermostat as well while we're here.
It sure is hot in here.
I have to have the door open to allow the workmen access, so why not? I turn the heat up.
You could wrap up warm.
I have my gloves if it gets cold, but why bother when it's warm anyway?
Okay. Right.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Right. Now we've got the keys. We'll use them on the door. Now, we don't really want to use the washroom at all. It's just an excuse to get the keys. Right. If we look at the basin,
I didn't want to use that unless I really had to.
just look at it.
A filthy wash basin hung on the wall.
Right. Now we can grab the soap. Now what you want to do is use the key on the soap to make a key mould. Because it's the keys we really want.
I made an impression of the big key in the cake of soap.
And luckily, we've still got some plaster of Paris left from Ireland. All the way back in Ireland. So, sprinkle some of that on the key.
I carefully sprinkled the plaster into the soap mold I'd made of the key.
Okay, then you need to put that under the tap. I think the guy's going to get suspicious after he's been in there for several minutes.
Well, it had taken a while, but I had made myself a completely unconvincing plaster key. Way too fragile to use in a lock. I'd have to substitute it for the real one. Trouble was, it looked like plaster and not metal. Then again, that plaster statue in Syria hadn't looked like stone until I'd been a bit artful with it. Maybe I could improve the key as well.
Unfortunately, we don't have... Well, we do have the tissue, but the tissue won't work on this. But there is something arty that we can use. So, we'll give the keys back to the guy, because it's just politeness.
What is it?
Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Thank you. Right. Now, we want to try and get the painter's paint pot. Because luckily it's just the shade we need. And it makes me laugh how he's got a grey paint pot, but he's covered with yellow splodges. Don't think they thought that one through, really. Right, so we'll try and use it on the paint pot.
Hey, monsieur! Get away from my paint pot!
Okay.
I should think so. Meddling with a man's paint pot. Pah!
Okay. Ugh. Right, now we want to ring Nicole. Because we need a diversion.
Do you mind if I use the phone?
Be my guest. I'm paid to guard this door. The phone can look after itself.
Killer!
Hi, Nico. It's me. I'm at the excavation site.
Hi, George. What's happening?
I'm at the excavation, but they won't let me in.
Damn! We need to know what's in there.
Don't worry. I've got a scheme. I'm going to need your help, though.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
I want you to keep somebody on the phone for a while.
Who?
A painter. I need to get at his pot.
Oh, okay.
Stay on the line. I'll go and get him.
Oh, okay. Sounds willing to help now. Right. Go tell her there's a sexy lady waiting on the phone for you.
Excuse me. Could you help me?
What is it?
I've got a few questions.
Okay. Tell him about the phone.
You've got a phone call.
For me? Are you certain?
It's a woman. She sounded hot.
What woman? She must be mistaken, monsieur.
Well, she asked for that hunk of a man with the nicotine fingers and his ass hanging out of his pants.
Certainly sounds like me. Stand back. It wouldn't do to keep the lady from her hunk.
Okay, fair enough. Well, now that he's out of the way, we'll use the key on the paint pot. And there we go. Right, we'll head back down and see how the conversation between Nico and the painter transpired in the next video. Made it this time, peeps. So, see you there.